Hello everybody, today we're going to be making layered rice. It is essentially rice cooked in a special way with a bunch of yummy vegetables and meat. You can also serve it without meat for a vegetarian option, but let's get right into it. So we're going to start off with 2 cups of Egyptian rice and also 2 cups of American rice. This is the specific blend that my mom likes to use, but you can use whatever you like. Feel free to change the recipe to adjust to whatever you like. And then we're going to add boiling hot water to the rice to number 1, clean it, and number 2, remove some of the starchiness. And we're going to set that aside for a little bit to do that. And while that's happening, we're going to put 1/4 cup of olive oil in a pot, and we're going to start preparing our vegetables. So the ones that we're using today are corn, peas, and carrots. And we're just going to season all of them with a little bit of salt. A half teaspoon to be exact. And you can use whatever vegetables you like. I've seen a lot of people, because the whole point of layered rice is the presentation, right? To make it look nice. And I've seen a lot of people do different countries' flags on the internet as well. So if you want to make this for a special event or something like that, feel free to change up the vegetables to whatever you like. So yeah, next up is the peas, and we're just using the same 1/4 cup of olive oil and a half teaspoon of salt for every single one. And we buy our peas frozen, so make sure to thaw that out beforehand, as well as our carrots. We buy them frozen. Make sure to thaw them out beforehand. You could also use them fresh, no worries if you want to do that as well. But it's a little bit more time efficient to have bought it earlier. Then we're going to chop up some small onion. And this is going to be used to cook our meat. Once again, we're gonna go ahead and put 2 tablespoons of ghee in our pan. We always use ghee, butter, or olive oil because those are healthy oils. We don't like to use hydrogenated oils because they're a little bit unhealthier, or a lot bit unhealthier. And then yeah, go ahead and cook your onion. And then we're going to add 1 pound of ground beef straight into the same pan, and we're going to let that cook. Once again, you do not need to add meat to the rice, but we like to eat it with meat. It reminds me of مقلوبة, this dish. مقلوبة, مش مقلوبة, the مقلوبة with the meat. It tastes very similar to that because that's just meat, peas, carrots, and rice. And this is just a layered version of that. And we're also going to add our spices, our vegetable broth powder, and then in a separate pot we're going to add 2 tablespoons of ghee, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to cook the rice that you had sitting to the side. And we're also going to add 4 cups of boiling water once more, and instead of this time cleaning it, this time is going to be it being cooked. So once you add that, you mix it around to make sure everything gets relatively everywhere. You're just gonna close it and set it to the side and let the rice cook. And don't forget to add 2 teaspoons of salt beforehand, as well as 2 teaspoons of vegetable broth powder. And let us know. Actually, no, don't let us know. If you want, you can look at the video in the upper right hand corner on how to make your own vegetable broth powder. Yeah, and then just close it and set it to the side. And put it to the lowest setting if possible. And once that's done cooking, it is time to start assembling. So just take it layer by layer, as implied in the title, and add your rice, then add your vegetable. So my mom is gonna put the carrots, and really pat it down so that you can see the layers. And then add your rice, and then add another layer of vegetable. And now we're finally onto the final layer of the corn. And yeah, although there's nothing much to say here, I think it's really satisfying just to watch my mom work. Sometimes when I'm home, I like to just watch her cook because she does it with a lot of love, and that's why it tastes so good. So I think cooking is like not just about feeding your family, it's also like the concept. And like truly, if you are sweet to the food, it will taste sweeter. Oh, and like actually there was like an experiment. I forget what it's called, but it's the one with the 2 jars of rice, and uh, the the guy conducting the experiment basically would say really mean things to one of the rice jars and say really nice things to the other rice jar, and then one of the rice jars basically did not spoil. Don't know how accurate that was, but I always remember it. So be nice to your food. I guess that's the summary. Anyways, flip it on over just like matlube. Garnish with your meat, your pine nuts, or no meat for a vegetarian once more, and then you're ready to enjoy your layered rice. And this is my dad. He basically smushed it all down, and even though it doesn't look as good, it tastes just as good. So don't stress about that. And that's about it. We hope you guys enjoy making this dish. Happy rice layering. Bye!